loud and clear. Loud and clear. All right. So first and foremost, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, GMS that rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth. Shalawam to the sincere Akim out there pushing and preaching this 100% doctrine on the highways and byways. Tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. It's your brother Yerushalayim Kazak back with hopefully another edifying lesson. So the title of this lesson is Babylon's Destruction is Mercy. Right? And what Babylon is basically America, right? This place, America, the place, the land of misery, okay, the land of the slaves, the land, the whore, okay, who opens her gates to every type of wicked, foul, demon, custom, creature, experiments, right? All these type of things she's involved in. So her destruction is eventually is mercy, right, towards the Israelites, okay? Because even though it be 2/3 of our people that will perish in this place, right, in the second death, they will what? Ultimately be brought back via reincarnation, via, regeneration, brought back via seed line. Being of that bloodline, being of that seed line, they'll be brought back, right? To what? To be kings and priests in the kingdom, But, and for the 1/3, for the 144,000 and the 1/3 that will be saved up out of this place, that's the ultimate mercy, right? That Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has chosen to give them. So let's get some scriptures. 1 Timothy, 1st chapter, starting at 12. And I thank Hamashiach Yahawashi, our master, who hath enabled me, for that he counted me faithful, putting me into the ministry, right? And, first and foremost, Yahawah has to choose you, right, for Yahawashi to even deal with you, right? This is how Yahawashi knows his, and you've been brought forth to Yahawashi by Yahawah, right? Because Yahawah already ordained you to be of that number. So that's just a thing in itself, and we're all not destined for that. And that's why, as I just said, it's 1/3 and it's 2/3. It's 1/3 of our nation that will be saved and 2/3 of our nation that will be destroyed in the second death, but they will be given mercy to come back. Verse 14, Salakia, verse 13, who was before a blasphemer and a persecutor and injurious, but I obtained mercy because I did it ignorantly in unbelief, right? So we got some of our brothers and sisters that right now they do it ignorantly in unbelief, that do things, eating pork and things like that, in unbelief, and they basically they given that chance to be given the truth and come into the truth, to repent and be converted, right? That's the doors of mercy that's open to them, Now, once they get it and they don't want to take it and they keep walking towards it and against it, then boom, that's when, man, Yahawah's going to bring his wrath on them even harder. But you can't say, if you don't know it, then how you supposed to do it, So the saying is, you know better, you do better. Once you come under the knowing of the laws and commandments and knowing that you're supposed to do them and carrying them out, then that's when you basically picked up the plow. That's when you know that what you're obligated to do. So those doors of mercy was open to you, and you basically walk through the doors of mercy. So then it's no more of, well, I'm doing this sin out of ignorance. You're not ignorant of it anymore. You actually know that you don't supposed to eat pork, crab, lobster. You're supposed to keep the Sabbath day. You're supposed to, certain things, man. You're not supposed to be partaking in these heathen customs, right? Hellenic customs, right? So I'm gonna read that one more time. 1 Timothy, 1st chapter, 13 verse, because this was speaking of Paul, who was before a blasphemer and a persecutor and injurious, but I have attained mercy because I did it ignorantly in unbelief. You know, we all done things ignorantly in unbelief. Just that point, that phrase when we was in the world. We did everything ignorantly in unbelief. We did everything ignorantly, not knowing the correct way, not knowing the right way. We was walking as children. As children, you just putting everything in your mouth. You're doing everything, man. You're discovering this world for what it is. That's what you're doing as a child. But over time, you are taught the correct way to live. You are taught the right way to live. And we have been taught now by our spiritual parents, which is the elders, the correct way, and taught the Bible the correct way, right? Because we had some wicked parents, which was in the world, which is Esau, Edom, that gave us all this stuff in the education system and on TV and, you know, all of that. Those Esau, Edom is you know, just wickedness. That's what they was trying to teach us. And our people that don't want to accept the mercy that Yahawah is giving them, they're going to fall to the wicked parents, and they're going to continue to, you know, walk alongside Babylon, the whore, and do what she does, and go right alongside the heathen to a demise. That is foretold. You know, 14. And the grace of our Master was exceedingly abundant with faith and love, which is in Hamashiach Yahawashi. This is a faithful saying and worthy of all acceptance, that Hamashiach Yahawashi came into the world to save sinners, of whom I am chief. And that right there is utmost mercy. Us being in the world, being sinners, right? And being brought up out of that. Having a chance to be saved, having a chance to work towards our salvation and make our call into the election sure. That right there is utmost mercy. And we couldn't even fathom it in the world about this. You know, hey, you know, we could say that we always felt that this place was off, this place was wicked. You always felt something. But until you knew the truth, when you truly come into that truth, and you know when that moment is, you know, it's nothing like that. Because you like, yo, I knew something was wrong with this place. I knew it wasn't supposed to be like this. I knew that this wasn't life, you know. So that's when you walk in that door of mercy and you get that understanding, right? Verse 16, howbeit for this cause I obtained mercy, that in me first Yahawashi Hamashiach might show forth all long suffering, for a pattern to them which should hereby believe on him to life everlasting. And what are we? We are being as examples, as ambassadors, right? You know, showing brothers and sisters and to the world in general that this is how you're supposed to carry yourself, right? With all long suffering, right? And this is how Yahawashi did it first, to show us this is how you're supposed to carry yourself in the midst of persecution, in the midst of friends betraying you, right? He had plenty of friends betray him. Own hometown, try to throw him off a cliff, right? But this is how you're supposed to carry yourself, with faith, with long suffering, with patience, with compassion, through it all, enduring, right? This is why we can never get down on ourselves and never give up in this fight, because, man, Yahawashi didn't give up. If Yahawashi gave up, then we would have had no salvation. We would have had no way towards the salvation. So if you are, you know, a brother in this thing, and you leading, you teaching, and you can't give up, because what are you doing? Your sheep is going to eventually give up. It's a domino effect, right? Then everybody would give up. Then boom, 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 boom. You got to be that rock. You got to be that solid rock and stand strong and stand tall, right? And endure. And that's just, first of all, being a man, you know, you're supposed to do that in general. And I'm going to finish up this chapter too. Now unto the King, eternal, immortal, invisible, the only wise power, be honor and glory forever and ever. Amen. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience, which some having put away concerning faith have made shipwreck, of whom is Harmonius and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme. Right? You can't give up. You can't, put away your good conscience. You gotta maintain that faith. That's what the faith of the saints. The patience and the faith of the saints. You gotta maintain that through every situation that you encounter, every situation that you go through. You're not gonna like every situation. Man, you're not gonna have a good day every day. Some days it's gonna be miserable. Some days it's gonna suck, right? But you gotta keep your eyes on the prize. You gotta keep your eyes on the reward, which isn't given in this carnal right now. It's given in this life that is coming. It's given in those everlasting bodies. And that's a reward that will not be took away from you, because you won't even be able to go, you won't even be able to sin. So by law, by the scriptures, by the covenant, Yahawah's gonna bring you up and raise you up and bless you. We always talk about Deuteronomy 28 all the time, and those blessings, that first part of that chapter, those blessings is gonna be bestowed upon you, man. You're gonna be blessed in the city, blessed in the field. You're gonna be, and more so than that, you're gonna rule, man, under the order of Melchizedek. So back to it, back to mercy, and that's tying all into it, because that everlasting body is the ultimate type of mercy that you get out of this place. For this place to be destroyed, it's mercy, because Yahawah could have continued to let this place go on for decades and decades and decades. Because, hey, what we did, this punishment that we getting, he said he was displeased a little bit, right? He could have let it go. He could have put us through more captivities, etc., etc. He put us through many captivities, right? But, he's showing mercy upon us. So for this place to be destroyed soon, that's showing mercy upon us. When, honestly, if you look at the laws, we don't deserve to even live. According to the law, type of sins we did, we should be unalived. So you really got to look at that and be like, man, Tawada Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And coin the phrase, the mercies of David, right? Did certain sins that he committed adultery, which should have he should have been unalived, right? Him and his wife. But what did Yahawah do? He took his first son. He took his first child, right? So, because what? David repented. David turned back to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. David turned back and he pleaded for mercy. And that right there is just understanding that Yahawah is everlasting mercy. He will hear your prayers, man, if you coming sincerely and you repenting and you want to do right and you got real intentions, right? Because you may fall. We do fall. And we're gonna fall. Hey, you may fall next week or next month or whatever, man. You got to really put forth an effort, but you're not perfect, because this flesh is strong, and it's that's why you got to stay deep rooted in this truth, to the point where a leaf may fall off, but your entire plant is not pulled up, and that's you not being pulled away from this. You lost a leaf, you lost a branch, whatever, but your entire self ain't gone. You ain't gone. You ain't falling back into this world. You ain't going back into your vomit, right? And you can see that mercy, which is Babylon being destroyed. You can see that happening and transpire. Let's get a few more. Now I gotta head back to the plantation. Psalms 138 and 8. Yahawah will perfect that which concerneth me. Thy mercy, O Yahawah, endureth forever. Forsake not the works of thy own hands. So Yahawah's mercy never ends. Never ends. As he said in the book of Jeremiah, until they can measure the heavens, until they can measure the depths of the oceans, I'm going to always deal with you. Loosely quoted. He's going to always deal with Israel. He's going to always deal with us, right? You got plenty doctrines out there saying that, they love to say it, man, that Yahawashi came and the Jews rejected Yahawashi. That's not true, okay? Yeah, a lot of the Israelites did. A lot of the southern kingdom rejected him at that point in time, but it was some that, you know, the remnant, the elect that received him, right? And that understood, that could take in the parables, that could take in the dark meanings, the sayings and things like that, right? That was with him, that, you know, so they love to say that. And they love to say that when we say that we are those people, that he doesn't deal with us no more because we rejected him. All right, and they don't even understand the scriptures. They err in not knowing the scriptures, man. You know, now the 2/3 that did reject him back in those days, when he came and they threw rocks at him and they spit at him and they tried to unalive him and eventually was a part of that. Yeah, those 2/3 are back here today. Same type of people, and they can't understand Yahawashi. They can't even understand reincarnation and these type of things, right? And they're gonna get what they get. It ain't up for us to give out vengeance. It ain't up for us to get the lick back. Okay? This ain't the time of judges. This ain't eye for eye. It ain't up for us to go forth and get vengeance, especially against Esau, right? Yahawah has something preserved for him that is definitely deserving, that he definitely deserves. So you let Yahawah fight your own battles, man. All right? Because if you go forth and try to take vengeance, hey, it's going to end badly for you, you know? So you let Yahawah deal with things. And that's part of having faith. That's part of knowing that you was done wrong, but you having faith that it's all going to work it out. If you don't got the faith that it's going to work out, then you don't truly trust or believe in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You think that just because something done wrong to you, that you got to get it back, or it's never going to be returned to you. Nah, it's going to be worked out. It's going to be worked out. Trust and believe that, man. You know, you just got to have the faith in it. Because Yahawah is what? Ultimately, he's going to give you mercy in any situation. If you trust and believe in him and you pray to him. Psalms 143:12. And of thy mercy cut off my enemies and destroy all them that afflict my soul, for I am a servant, for I am thy servant. So, who's our enemies? We are in the hands of our enemies, in the clutches of our enemies in captivity, right? It's mercy that Yahawah is going to destroy our enemies. And, you know, a common Christian can't understand this. That, Yahawah is going to destroy these people that afflict our souls because he's dealing with his people. He's not dealing with the entire world. He's dealing with his people who he gave the laws and commandments and statutes to. He's dealing with his people who he is punishing as well. But he's going to give them ultimately mercy. And he's going to cut off their enemies. All right? And the 2/3 of our people that come against us, he's going to take them out as well. You know, because they denied his truth. Therefore, they do not love Yahawah. He hates the sinners. All right? They don't want to get with the program. They want to serve Satan. Okay. They align themselves with Babylon, the whore, Satan, Esau, the white T-man. They align themselves with him, so they got to go right along with him. But boom, back to the mercy. They're going to come back in the kingdom and eventually get to be kings and priests, you know, after a time period. So that's showing that mercy that, and that's the type of mercy that, boy, King David really had a heart after Yahawah. Just jumping on that story of when he was going at Saul, when Saul was coming at him and he cut his cloth off in the cave, and then he let him get away and he waved at him like, I got your cloth. I could have unalived you, but I didn't, because I showed you mercy, right? That's the type of understanding, man, that you gotta have. You gotta have that type of spirit, you know, when somebody does you wrong and you know you could, boy, you know, you could you could do whatever to them, but you don't. You just have mercy on it and you be the bigger man. You gotta be the bigger man, right? Always. That's part of this truth. Part of this truth, man, is sucking stuff up and letting it go. You ain't always got to get your lick back, man. And I'll keep jumping on that because that's in our culture, is to get your lick back. And that's part of the curses. What is it? A man's eye shall be evil towards his kids and things like that. And the woman, you know, if I have to go over there, but Just that's part of the curses. That niggard spirit, man. That petty spirit. You could say pettiness is all over the curses. Being petty, being spiteful, right? Thinking that you got to get some, being in competition with your fellow Israelite, right? That's not how we gonna live in the kingdom. It ain't never gonna be like that, you know. Understanding that. So, cause Yahawah has mercy with us. We gotta have mercy with each other. Yahawah has compassion with us. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has compassion with us. We gotta have compassion with one another. He set the example. The things he did for David, the things he did for Moses, the things he did for every prophet, because every prophet went off, man. All right? Except Yahawashi when he walked perfectly. But as Solomon, he went off. Okay? So, the things he did for all of them and giving them mercy, all of them, he's showing you that the example to live by. Give your brother some mercy. Give your brother some compassion. Right? I'm going to get a couple more. Let me see. Let's go to Proverbs 14:31. He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him hath mercy on the poor. You know, and you never hold yourself on a high pedestal that you're over somebody that's lower than you. So you may be financially blessed and you may look down on, you never do that, man. Because that could be you. You know, hey, I had the honor of being broke, a couple times in my life. And we still ain't got no money, right? You can have 1,000 in the bank. That's no money. You got, that ain't money, man. I was just watching this show on Netflix, A Man in Full, and this dude was 800 million. No, he was actually like 1.4 billion in debt, an Edomite, right? Because he had corporations and businesses and things like that. And he figuring out a way to get out of this. We like, yo, what? Now that's talking about some money. And that ain't gonna be no type of wealth in the kingdom. But looking at really who ruling this earth right now and the level that they be on. Look at Trump. Dude went bankrupt a couple times and worked his way out of that. Right? Because they ruling this earth right now. They know how to work this system. Right? And that's it. When you talking about things like that. But they really ain't dealing with the poor. They despise the poor. They get, that's the term bougie, And Israelites get up on that. Oh, that's it right there. Israelites be up on that high pedestal acting bougie. Cause acting like you just had money your whole life. Or you letting the money change you. You can't never act bougie, man. You gotta remember when you was eating oodles and noodles, man, and Vienna sausages, man. Remember those days, all right? And never think that you better than anybody. All right, and jumping back 10 verses before, Proverbs 14:21, he that despiseth his neighbor sinneth, but he that hath mercy on the poor, happy is he. So you having mercy on your brother and your sister, man, and you looking out for them, and you being kind, and you don't just give to the poor. You don't do that because you don't give to a sinner, right? But if it's somebody that you know and this brother's a good brother and he just may be in a hard patch, then yeah, you try to help that brother out, man. Because that's charity it covers a multitude of sins. And you working out, you being a brother. That's part of the brotherhood, right? Checking on your brother, etc., etc. All right. Proverbs 16:16. By mercy and truth, iniquity is purged. By mercy and truth. And by the fear of Yahawah, men depart from evil. So, by keeping the law, and that's wisdom. By keeping the laws, by mercy and truth. Truth is the laws and commandments and statutes. The light. By that, iniquities, sin is purged. It's cleansed out. That's how we are what? Refined to be more precious than gold, through mercy and through truth, through these lessons, through the brotherhood, through understanding, through praying, through fasting, through studying, through the Spirit. We are being refined, we are being clean, we are being put through the fire. That's mercy and truth that we are receiving. We receiving mercy because we still here, even after everything we done did, right? So that right there is just, it speaks volumes, man. All right, Proverbs 20 and 28, mercy and truth preserve the king, and his throne is upholden by mercy. Most definitely, man. All right, and you always remember when somebody gave you mercy, and they didn't have to. They just did it out of the kindness of their heart, right? And at the end of the day, that was Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi working through them, because he's giving you mercy every time. Everything that's happening in every type of situation, man, it's Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, right? And when you come to serve Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, you serve him correctly, you serve him right, with the right intentions, you're going to have favor with men, with the heathens, with the Halalyam. You're going to have favor with the entire planet, the entire universe at the end of the day. You know, the brothers that's out here that's doing it, the saints, right? The elect, the hopeful elect. We have favor, man. Hopefully we'll be of that number, Yahawah Ratazah. We have favor with the universe, right? We still here. Even after, man, brothers got crazy stories, man. Near-death experiences. I know I got some near-death experiences, more than one, you know. And that's through all the strength and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. That brothers is still here, you know. And all those moments, that builds character, you know. It brings you and makes you a better person, to bring you up to the point where you are, so you can remember when it was bad, and rejoice in the times when it's good, but still be in that spirit of you know, mourning, understanding that this ain't our rest, you know. Dang, what's that? Not to quote 50 Cent, but what he said, death wouldn't, what, life wouldn't be so good if it wasn't for, nah, what is it? Ain't that many men, like, sun wouldn't be so good if it wasn't for rain. Sun wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for rain, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So basically the opposites. Like, happiness wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. That was it, yeah. So, you know, and that's just part of being grateful. Part of being grateful, and part of understanding that the sun after the rain is mercy, right? Happiness after pain is mercy, right? You know, that's what he was trying to say right there. Mercy. In that song, Many Men, you know, he was just trying to say, yo, mercy is so good because of what you was enduring, what you was going through. And Halalyam, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, that's a good point, right? That mercy feels so good because of what you were just going through, you know. I'm gonna get one more verse, then I got to slide. Isaiah 16:5. And in mercy shall the throne be established, and he shall sit upon it in truth in the tabernacle of David, judging and seeking judgment and hastening righteousness. Right? And that's what's happening. Babylon is destroyed. When Babylon is destroyed, that's the ultimate, that's mercy right there. And Yahawashi is going to sit upon that throne. Yahawashi is going to sit upon judging, right? Being a king over all this, right? So in mercy, the throne is established. That's it. You know, it's mercy that Yahawashi is coming back to take all the thrones from these wicked kings and to establish righteousness on the earth. Because when the wicked rule, right, the people mourn, but the righteous are about to be back in authority. So the people are going to rejoice. When the righteous are in authority, that's mercy, because that's true wisdom and understanding back on this planet. So everything will go back to how it's supposed to be. No death in the sky with the chemtrails, no wicked fruits, no, you know, real food, real order, women acting how they supposed to, men acting how they supposed to, no more soy, all of that messing up your hormonal balances, no more alphabet things. You know, true mercy brings order, true order, man. the laws and commandments and statutes is a act of mercy as well, right? So with that being said, man, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth. Shalawam to you, Ahtham out there. Tabernacle of David, Shalawam.